Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's vOLTHA TST. Thanks for joining. As usual, the call is public and recorded and will be shared live on YouTube. So first of all, there's the final remarks from Amit and Nabilash on the Fttb design discussion. Thanks for all of you who joined the meeting on Thursday last week. That was much appreciated. I saw the recording and I think it was very useful. So Amit, do you want to take it over for the final things that, or Abhilash, do you want to take it over, given that Amit is not here, for the final remarks on this topic? Or should we maybe discuss the other topics and wait for Amit to join?
Let's wait for Amit. It's mainly based on yeah, Amit is in, I think.
I think Amit has just joined, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Amit. We were
Hi,
just
everyone. Sorry for the delay.
No problem. We were just opening the discussion on the final remarks of the Fttb. So do you want to take it over from here on the final things that we need to discuss?
Yes. So I will start sharing. I'll take the screen share.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So yeah. So continuing from what we started last week. So first, in the previous TST, we discussed about the changes that we proposed in the ONOS apps and some of the design details regarding how the tagging would be and the proposed flows. And then we had a follow-up meeting to discuss on the vOLTHA specific changes. I think there were no comments on the vOLTHA specific changes, but on the first part, there were some comments. So we did rework on those. So I'll just highlight what we have changed. So I think there was a comment on the document, on the figure, sorry. So I have clubbed some of those components into operators components, and that simplifies the workflow. And also there was a bigger comment on the apps regarding the Mac Learner app, if we should use the existing app, because we had proposed that we could create a new app. So I have done the changes now, and you could see in the Mac Learner app part of things that I have said that we will use the existing app itself, and there would be a configurable option built onto that app, using which we could control whether the packets that were used for learning the MAC address, the DHCP packets, are forwarded to their original path or not. So we would go ahead with that as the proposal. Also, there was another comment on the new entries that we had proposed in the SADIS app. And the thought was that the existing Unitag information list that could be used as well to capture all the VLAN and the tech profile and meta profiles needed for the subscriber and management and ANCP traffic. So we have taken that into account. And now what we are proposing is that within the Unitag information, there is a service name attribute. And we will have 3 different service names, one for DPU management traffic, one for DPU ANCP traffic, and one for Fttb subscriber traffic. So all in all, for a 16-port DPU with all the subscribers in there, there would be 18 entries in this Unitag information list, 2 entries, one each for the DPU management traffic and DPU ANCP traffic, and 16 entries for the Fttb subscribers. And we have also highlighted the rest of the attributes inside the Unitag information, which will be effective for each of these services, right? So for example, for the DPU management traffic, the PON C tag would contain the vendor DPU management. The PON S tag would contain the network DPU management. Similarly, for ANCP, right? And the US upstream PON S tag priority would carry the P-bit modification or P-bit modification value that needs to be put in. And then you have the technology profile ID and upstream and downstream bandwidth profile IDs. For the ANCP traffic, because they are using the same TCON, right? And the same gem port as well, we don't need to repeat those. So for the ANCP entry in the list, right? So when the service name would be DPU ANCP traffic, only these two would be relevant. So all the other values are not needed. And for the FTTP subscriber traffic, the PON C tag would be the ingress, also called as the ingress auto tag, right? And the PON S tag would be the S tag that would be put on the packet by the OLT, also called as the egress auto tag. And then you have the TPID and the upstream and downstream bandwidth profile. So let me take a pause here. And any comments, thoughts on this? Okay, so I take that silence as no. So these were the changes, and apart from this, the one more change was that there was a comment on where the translation of the tag for DPU management and ANCP switching traffic should happen. The initial proposal was to do it at the OLT, but there was a comment if it can be done in the ONU. And as we thought about more use cases, I think doing it at the ONU helps as well, because the forwarding of the DHCP packets, that becomes easier, right? Because the packet is already modified by the ONU. So before it reaches the OLT, it is modified. So that helps. And also it is more aligned with some of the existing solutions at DT. So we have changed that, and now we're proposing that the PBIT as well as the VLAN modification would happen at the ONU, both in the upstream and downstream, only for the DPU management and ANCP traffic. So that's all that I had with respect to the changes that we did on the document and the design. One request to everyone who has kindly reviewed the document is, if you are satisfied with the disposition of the comments, could you please mark them as resolved? So that would help me in figuring out, okay, what are the still open action items?
Amit, would you mind reaching out directly on Slack to Michael for this? Because okay. I don't see him in the meeting.
No, Michael would be back only next Monday, so we would wait until beginning of next week.
Yeah, that is okay. That's fine. I think the major stuff is fixed and settled upon, and it's just finalizing those minor things. So I think it's okay waiting until next Monday.
Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So any other points that we need to discuss on this? Anybody has any other thoughts?
No, unless not from my side. Just as FYI, Elia started working on it from the BBSIM front, but to test the BBSIM side of things, he has done some hard coding of these flows in ONOS. So there might be some results that he can share. Elia, do you want to add anything else?
Right now, I'm still trying and testing a bit, so I don't have much to report. But as soon as I have some result, I will surely.
That's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few corners that I told him to cut, especially hard coding flows in ONOS, in some sort of a brutal way, without going through all SADIs and things, but at least we can start some initial testing. So
absolutely.
Yeah, please post any any updates both on the flow rule format and information, and also on anything that comes out of your investigation, Elia, on the FTDB channel, so we can do things on that channel and keep us up to date.
Sure.
Yeah, and through this work, Amit, we can also proceed forward, maybe with understanding better what changes are needed in the OpenOLT adapter, and scoping out who exactly can do them, because as well we discussed, you guys will mostly focus on the OLT app, the core, the OF agent, but no changes on OF agents are needed, and the OpenONU adapter, and only at a second time the OpenOLT adapter. So if that second time does not come fast enough for the release, we might put in a little bit of resources to make those minor changes in the adapter.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's the status of things.
Okay. Sounds good.
Anybody else have any questions or any comments for Amit?
Okay, then. Thanks, everyone. Andre, you can take the share.
I'll take back the sharing. Yeah, thanks, Amit. Okay. So this is actually finished. We will start the implementation. So expect to see. We expect to see some patches coming in fairly soon, right, Amit?
Yes, hopefully.
Okay. The other two topics I had for today, one was the container restart issues. Is there any update on this one, Ken? I know that the design has been finalized, but I didn't really see any update on the patches or anything.
I only did a code rebase on that one, and I've not seen much of reviews on those. So maybe I'll ask Girish to run some of those tests in the ONF environment for load testing and everything to make sure they're actually sane.
Yes, that would be good.
Yeah.
I'll also take an action item on myself to review those patches. Otherwise, so we can put on some comments.
Mm-hmm.
Girish and the ONF team, would you mind doing reviews as well? Maybe David, if you have some spare time, that would be appreciated.
Sure, okay.
Thanks. Okay. Maybe also ask Serpent as well. Okay. Yeah, let's also run some tests. I also, because I don't expect major changes, so maybe first, Girish, if you don't mind, do the release. I'll do as well the review, and maybe we can possibly think of starting the tests in a couple of days. Would that work for everybody?
Works for me.
Sounds good.
Okay. So the next topic, the rolling software upgrade, we didn't get to it last week, but what the update is that Hardik has managed to create a test. Hardik, do you want to share some of that?
Yes, Sharon here. So as part of this, the rolling upgrade, so what I've tried to do is you iterate over each component, try to upgrade that, and the upgrade is for the minor version. And we do that by the set image command through the kubectl. And while that is in progress, we try to provision the subscriber. And once the update is done, we see okay that the new pod is back up fine. It's running well. It's in ready state. Then we verify that the subscriber that we have provisioned is there. All the flows related to that subscriber are there, and the ping is working fine. So with that, we are kind of trying to verify that the control plane functionality is still there when we do the component upgrade for the vOLTHA component. So it is up. It is running in our software upgrade job, but we are seeing some failures. One of them is like after the restart, when we are trying to um, execute the vOLTHA command, it says that the dial-up connection is getting refused for that. We are doing the restart of the API, but we are still seeing that failure. So that is pending to be investigated. What's the failure there? So yeah, that's the current status of the things there. But the test is working fine as per the expectations.
Okay, thanks, Hardik. So maybe can I ask you to take a look at some of these tests, so to understand if this is something that your patches fix, or if there's something that you already know the fix for.
Which one?
This one. Here.
The rolling upgrade.
This one. I'll put the.
Okay, sure.
Thanks. I still have to, that's my task. I still have to document this on the vOLTHA docs. So I'll put up a patch, just the token action item for me to do that. I haven't done it, but I don't expect this to be a major thing to do. The other point, anything more on this topic? Any other questions or thoughts? Okay, I think that as a no. So the other point I had on the agenda was the microservice controller. At the moment, there are no major updates on that, except for the fact that we are in discussion with a few of our members to see their solutions, and we got also some thoughts from Netsia as well. And we still have to shape them in a form that they can be shared publicly. So we will do that at some point, but not right now. So I don't have any major update on the microservice controller replacement for Honos. And that was the last topic of the agenda for today. So before we close, maybe even somewhat earlier, I would like to ask if anybody has any thing that they want to add to the agenda or want to talk about today. No? Okay, then if not, Thanks everybody for joining. As usual, I will put the recording up on YouTube. We get some time back of our day, and I'll talk to you again next week. Please put every update for the FTTB on the FTTB channel, and make sure to take action on the reviews for Ken. I'll publish the patch for the vOLTHA docs. Thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.